Tamiyo's ultimate should end the game, right? Then why did the hero of match 5 still lose after drawing 14 cards off of her? Okay, so quick deck tech here. I am testing Lantern Control with Narset Parter of Veils as a consistency piece and as a lock piece. So this will help fight against things like Fakeless Looting, Tamiyo Clues, Quantum Riddler, stuff like that, while also giving us a way to dig towards our lock pieces. I'm on 3 Lantern of Insight, which reveals the top card of everyone's deck, and a smattering of Mill Rocks that allow me to manipulate that card. We've got Hate Rocks like Ensnaring Bridge to shut down combat, Torpor Orb to shut down all of the Enters triggers that are present in the format, and a couple of other things that we'll be able to use. Discard is very good at checking the opponent's hand to make sure that the way is clear for our lock pieces, and a lot of good mana, 4 Mox Opals, 20 blue sources in total. Sideboard has been more or less tuned for the online meta, at least to the best of my ability, and I think that I might be able to do fairly well with this deck. I've been playing Lantern Control for a long time, I really enjoy this particular build, and I'm going to run it through a league and see what happens. I am on the draw here versus DawsonCreep in match 1. I think this hand is just not strong enough. 5 lands is not great, even though one of them is Urza Saga. I am going to mulligan this. And this one is really interesting. This hand gets a lot better if I find a single 1-drop artifact of any kind. I am going to keep it, and I'm going to bottom one of the Inquisitions, and I'm just gonna kinda hope to draw into something here. Scalding Tarn pass. We could be playing against Jeskai Blink. Ooh, Thoughtseize. I say as I bottom an Inquisition. We could be playing against Domain Zoo. I am going to actually lead on Thoughtseize here. Am I? Yeah, I am. Wow, that's just double Unearth. Screw me, I guess. I'm going to be taking one of the Unearths. And notably, that Thoughtseize draw was not a land or a artifact, so I am in a little bit of trouble here. Yep, there's the Emperor of Bones. Kind of was expecting that. Urza Saga is a good pickup if I can support it. Yikes. Yep, Flow State is in the meta now. I'm definitely taking that. And I am going to cast my artifacts now. Would love to rip a land off the top of the deck just right here. Okay, so they are on Grixis, and I'm getting Thoughtseize, so they're probably going to take the Ensnaring Bridge out of this hand, and they're going to exile it. That's perfectly fine. I am going to cycle the Mishra's Bauble here. I just kind of need to get going with this Urza Saga. Okay, and I hit Narset. I think I am going to cast that instead of doing anything else here. I hit second Narset. Do I take that? Or do I grab Lantern of Insight? I know what they're drawing. It's a Fatal Push. I think I'm going to take the Lantern. Okay, they're cycling Unearth, leaving open black for Fatal Push. Shocking in Blood Crypt. Is this going to be a adapt on Emperor of Bones here? Oh, that's really funny. Yeah, they cycled the Unearth, but Narset prevented them from drawing the card off of it. That's really funny, actually. So that means that I know their entire hand now. And I hit Ghoul Caller's Bell. I am going to create the token here. What am I going to grab? Honestly, I think it's a Codex Shredder. All right, I've now got draw control. I am going to be taking some beats from this Emperor of Bones. Yeah, Fatal Push, I was expecting that. But there's a decent chance that I can find either another Ensnaring Bridge or a Whir of Invention before I die to this Emperor of Bones. I'm just kind of counting on that. Another Urza Saga also counts as an out. These constructs are now going to be bigger than what the opponent can handle. Yeah, Spell Pierce I don't care about anymore. I'm not casting any more spells for the rest of this game. Well, not really. Guess the Underworld Cookbook kind of counts. And I believe that this is a win. I'm just going to give the hero garbage cards for the rest of the game. Yeah, they're not attacking into my constructs here. I don't want them having this Thought Scour. Basic Island is fine. And honestly, there should be a concession right here. Yeah, that's fair. So we got to see Narset do a little bit of work. The hero did have to play into it a little bit. Like, they could have just swung with their Emperor of Bones, killed Narset, and then cycled Unearth. But I mean, that's one fewer card that they had access to. And the Lantern Lock coming online with them only having 1 threat in hand in play meant that I could just assemble whatever I needed to, and I had plenty of time to do it. Nice classic win with Lantern Control using Urza's Saga. We love that card. So how do I want to side against Grixis Reanimator? Torpor Orb isn't particularly useful. Grafdigger's Cage is very useful, though. Pithing Needle can hit Psychic Frogs and the like. Narset has some text against stuff like Thought Scour and Cycling Unearth, I suppose, but it's not particularly strong. I really want to make room for these two Duresses. How do I do that? I suppose I could take out a single Pithing Needle. I don't really want to take out the Underworld Cookbook, since one of the ways that they can kind of burn me out is through damage, through things like... Although I guess if it's just Archon of Cruelty, then Torpor Orb would actually be better against that. But Torpor Orb also can't be found off Urza's Saga. This is a real pickle. I think I want the Grafdigger's Cage in. Wish I had room for this Welding Jar, but I just don't think that that's where this game is supposed to be. If I get Meltdown, then it's going to hurt anyway. I am going to side like this. I'm not convinced this is correct. Like, I might want this Torpor Orb over this Underworld Cookbook, but we are going to play it like this and see what happens. This is a really strong hand, and I like it a lot. It is resistant to Thoughtseize, not completely immune. The hero did keep 7 here, and they are shocking in a Watery Grave. This is almost certainly Thoughtseize. Yeah, there we go. Take your pick, friend. They chose to go after the Inquisition. Oh, and I just ripped Narset, huh? Well, Narset certainly gives me something to do. Oh, they might be trying to high roll here. They did not high roll. They were probably trying to do something like hit like an Oculus or something. I highly suspect that they have a Unearth in hand right now. Well, this Urza Saga is just going to do a ton of work if the hero doesn't try and clean it up here. Let's see if they can high roll off this Raucous Theater. They did. So I'm now facing down an Abhorrent Oculus. Almost certainly here, right? Like, they've got to have like a Persist or something in hand. Although I think it's an Unearth, given what they did in the second turn here. And look at that, the world's most obvious Unearth. Well, I am just going to clap back with an Ensnaring Bridge here. I'm not going to be funny about it. I'm just going to cast it. Just trying to dodge counter magic wherever I can. Now, I haven't found a way to check their hand yet, which kind of worries me. I think I'm going to discard the Whir of Invention here. I think Narset's going to be more valuable. Yeah, they're going to get their swing in. And there's Thoughtseize. So I am going to float off this Urza Saga. And I'm grabbing Lantern of Insight here. Now, the question is, do I cast Narset or do I Thoughtseize? If I cast Narset and downtick, then she dies, but I don't need to downtick. I can just put her in play as an answer to this Faithless looting. I worry about them having something like a Meltdown. Does their play pattern suggest that they would have had Meltdown? It's possible. They might have tried to Meltdown my board earlier, but they also might have saved it. I think I'm going to play scared. I'm going to check their hand. This Thoughtseize is played around something like a Spell Pierce. They are fetching. Yeah, I am going to pay for this. Okay, I was correct. It was Meltdown. I've got 2 cards in hand. I am going to take a little bit of damage from these Manifests. They have a Faithless Looting that they can flashback, and I really think that they should. It's just a shame that the Meltdown's on top of their deck instead of, you know, not. All right, mill that Meltdown. And they've got Fatal Push, and I can't control what's underneath of it. A Psychic Frog. Yeah, that could have been way worse. Okay, let me check their graveyard here. Yeah, they don't really have anything that they can use to draw extra cards. They got rid of Fatal Push and Mystical Dispute, actually, which means that I can land Narset safely this next turn. Let me think about what I want to do. I need to get my hand empty. It kind of has to happen. I think I'm going to land Narset, and I'm going to dig for a Mox Opal. Mishra's Bauble is also fine. They want this Thoughtseize, it looks like. No, they don't, actually. That's fair. Oh, they found Thoughtseize anyway. That is a Psychic Frog. I'm not really concerned about that. That's an Emperor of Bones. So they will be able to get back a single Archon here, and I'm going to have to worry about that. But I'm at 6. and I can handle that if I need to. I'm not going to pop Mishra's Bauble here. I don't want to accidentally, like, hit something that I can't cast. I am going to duress them. I need to get the card out of my hand. Okay, and now, as long as I maintain the lock properly, then I should be okay. This Emperor of Bones can flip at any time, and that will put me to 3. Oh, they're just doing it now. So they will not get the card draw off of Archon. Oh wait, no they will. Because I sacrificed the Narset first. Because they sacrifice a creature or a Planeswalker. Alright. Well, they will get an Abhorrent Oculus. Do I care about that? Not really. I'm checking to see if Fatal Push could be a problem. See, my concern here is not necessarily that they have, like, something like an Archon underneath these manifests. It's more that they might have an Emperor of Bones, honestly. I'm going to attempt to dig myself into something good here. Another Ensnaring Bridge is not it. I am at a really low life total here. They're really tanking on this decision on what to manifest with this Oculus. Well, I know that I need to find something good here. Do I keep digging? It's like my primary concern at this point is that they just have... Yeah, they have an Archon of Cruelty in the graveyard here. Like, they just have a Emperor of Bones underneath all of this stuff. I think I'm going to continue digging. I don't know if I continue digging anymore. Yeah, Urza Saga would have been too slow. Well, if they have it, then I die. Looks like they don't have it. All right, that gives me a little bit of leeway. Yeah, just a little bit. I need to win this game quickly. Oh, the Pithing Needle was right underneath Narset. You've got to be joking. Right underneath her. I need that Pithing Needle. I need that Pithing Needle. No. Oh, I have to exile with Pyxis here. I just have to. Persist is a no-go. All right, you can surveil Bloodstained Mire into your graveyard then. Okay, and they just win the match. Maybe they... I just win the match. Maybe they didn't see the out that I saw. So they had Persist, Unearth, Oculus, Unearth, Consign, and Swamp. They didn't have the Emperor of Bones, but what they could have done is they could have put Emperor of Bones underneath one of these manifests and then flipped the Emperor of Bones and then just done the return this Archon of Cruelty in their graveyard to play thing. Maybe they didn't see the line. I don't know. I am going to be grateful for that win, and we are going to move on to match 2. If you're enjoying the video and think you'd like watching more of what I make, please consider subscribing so YouTube can notify you when I go live and upload videos. I appreciate your support. Thank you. I'm on the draw in match 2 versus Morigen. I think I'm going to risk it for the biscuit and keep this hand. This is a turn 1 Urza Saga with Thoughtseize, and it looks like we're just playing against energy. All right, turn 1 Urza Saga back my Thoughtseize might actually be good enough for this. Ooh, with turn 2 Narset, huh? Urza Saga... Codex Shredder, Mishra's Bauble, Mox Opal, Thoughtseize you. And they've got double Ajani, Spyro, and Thraben Charm. I'm just going to take the Thraben Charm. Ajani is coming down. They're getting their free attack in. And I drew a land. I'm not convinced that I should continue on this Urza Saga game plan. One of their Ajanis is out of hand right now. They can play the other one and just go to town here. I need an Ensnaring Bridge, I need a Lantern of Insight, and I need a Pithing Needle for the backside of this Ajani. Although they don't currently control a red permanent, so the Ajani can't deal damage wherever it wants. If I play Narset, then Guide of Souls can just buff and kill her, or not even buff if they don't want to. They're probably going to buff, though. I'm going to play... Well, I don't know about the River of Tears is the problem. I'm going to play Darkslick Shores. I think I want the Construct. Arena of Glory is kind of terrifying. This gives them Spyro this turn. But they cannot both... unless they drew, like, a Ragavan. Ah, of course they drew Ragavan. All right, sure. What I was going to say is, unless they drew Ragavan, then they can't both flip Ajani and activate the 0 on it this turn. Now they can. And I think the correct play for them here is to put the counters on the Guide of Souls. Yeah, that's what they're doing. I am not going to do anything here. I'm just going to force them to play out the Ajani. This Ragavan. Ugh. Yeah, Ajani's just going to 0. And I am facing lethal on board. Tells me that maybe the construct was the wrong play. They kind of just ripped the perfect thing that they needed to for the situation, which I get it, it happens, but still, it's kind of, it sucks. Now I need to decide. I think I just have to get Pithing Needle here, and I think I'm floating, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and cast Narset. And I think I'm going to lose this game. I think I just did not line up well against what the hero was doing. Yeah, I found Lantern of Insight. That's helpful. I'm taking way too much damage. I'm going to concede the game. Ugh. If they hadn't been able to both play and flip Ajani in that turn, like if they hadn't drawn Ragavan, that I might have been okay. But I took way too much damage there. It was just way too much. All right, how do I want to sideboard against Energy here? I've never really liked Grafdigger's Cage versus Energy. I just feel like there are better ways to handle Flage. Narsets are too big and clunky, and Thoughtseize is life loss, so I'm going to take that out. And I've got a nice pile of removal that I can bring in, plus this Welding Jar. So yeah, I think I'm going to run it like this. I submitted my deck. I don't know what the hero's doing. We're just kind of ticking down to nothing. Maybe I'll play against free sideboard. We'll see. This is the Lantern Lock in its weakest form. It has Inquisition. It has Bloodchief's Thirst. So I'm kind of tempted to keep it. I think I am going to lead on Lantern here. If I didn't have Bloodchief's Thirst, then I would probably be leading on Inquisition. Okay, they got a Spyro on top of their deck. River of Tears on top of mine is not great. I'm looking for something like a Whir of Invention or an Ensnaring Bridge. That's just turn 1 Ragavan. They have a dead card on top of their deck, so that tells me that I might be okay just thirsting this thing. I'm gonna see what's in their hand. Very interesting. This makes me less inclined to want to Bloodchief's Thirst the Ragavan. I think I'm going to take the Wear Tear from this, and I'm going to line up Bloodchief's Thirst against Ajani instead. Not a particularly strong start from me. I don't really like that, but I don't know. Maybe I could have mulled the 6 and chased a better 6. They are going to get a Mishra's Bauble here. Yeah, I don't want this Polluted Delta. That's too many lands. That's so many lands. So now they can cast Ajani and they can discharge the cat. They're choosing not to discharge the cat. I found Whir of Invention. They're going to draw this Marsh Flats. Oh, and that's a second Ajani, huh? Oh, this kind of stinks, actually. Bloodchief's Thirst does not line up very well here. Because if I try thirsting the Ajani right now, then they just respond with Galvanic Discharge on their Cat Warrior. And then they flip it and it fizzles. I also don't want them having access to Cool Caller's Bell. I really need to think about this. I'm playing Watery Grave. I don't know if I want this tapped or untapped. If I want it tapped, then I'm casting Bloodchief's Thirst. If I want it untapped, then I'm casting Whir of Invention. I really don't want them having Ghoul Caller's Bell. I am not gonna pay. I am going to Thirst the Ragavan here. I really wanted to line this up against Ajani, but that second Ajani on top of their deck just makes me really worried. And I don't want to mill it and cause trouble. Yeah, I'm gonna let them have it. Because like if there's something else that's worse underneath of it, then that would be a problem. And they can flip Ajani anyway. Like they have the Galvanic Discharge in hand. They can flip Ajani whenever they want to. Oh, that's just the Legend of Roku. Okay, sure. And they hit another Ajani in there. Okay, well, I am in a little bit of trouble. I'm in a little bit of a pickle, not gonna lie. Gonna cast this Ghoul Caller's Bell. I am going to shock this in, and I have just enough material to cast Whir of Invention for Ensnaring Bridge here. And I'm gonna have to do that. But I will also have to find an answer to the flipped Ajani very quickly. Yep, that's just Guide of Souls, Out of Exile. But honestly though, like if I can find an answer to Ajani after casting this Whir of Invention, and their Seasoned Pyromancer doesn't really hit much, then I think I might be okay. I do have a ton of answers for Ajani though. I've got 2 Bloodchief's Thirst, 2 Long Goodbyes, and 2 Pithing Needles that I can hit. Yeah, Ajani's gonna flip here. Bare minimum, I'm taking 4. If they do something like cast an Ocelot Pride from hand, then I'm taking more than that. And whatever's just on top of their deck, oh, it's a Wear Tear. Are you kidding me? Oh, jeez. Yeah, this Ajani needs to be answered ASAP. I don't know if I can survive another turn. They've got the City's Blessing here. I need to cast Whir of Invention right now. Grab that Ensnaring Bridge. Mox Opal on top of my deck. Not what I need right now. Ocelot Pride is just going to poop out a ton of tokens. Yep, there we go. And now I need something really good on top of my deck. I need another Whir of Invention. I need a Long Goodbye. I need something that answers this. Whir of Invention does it, actually. Let's just do that now. Okay. Okay. Little bit scary there. Now I also need to fade a Seasoned Pyromancer. Good, I don't care about Ajani anymore. That's fine. If the card underneath this Ajani is game-ending, then it's just game over. So we're going to see Nakata Pariah here. Another one. And let's see what they draw. That's an Arena of Glory. All right, I'm fine. Game's over. I can win. Whew. That was really tight. That was really close. But fortunately, I just had so many outs. This Whir of Invention just coming down immediately felt really good. Gonna auto yield to this. I'm trying to dig myself into more mill rocks. Wow, that's a Whir of Invention. Look at that. That's a mill rock. I'm not... Oh, actually, yeah, I'm not gonna fart around, because if I do fart around at all, then all these 1/1s in play will kill me. So I'm gonna cast Whir of Invention. I am going to grab Pyxis of Pandemonium. And now we kind of just have the ensemble here. The whole crew's ready to party. They kept that Spyro right on top. Yeah, get rid of it, please. I am gonna mill that Thraben Charm. Ragavant's fine. I'm not even gonna bother creating a creature, like it just doesn't matter here. And I am gonna start trying to win the game, just a little bit. Grab Pyxis number 2. Inquisition myself, I don't have to make it complicated. And I'm not gonna bother tracking their hand anymore, it just doesn't matter. Flage gets exiled because I don't want to deal with that. Mill that, exile this. Take that. I don't have any more mill rocks, I think, so I'm just going to fail to find here. Yeah, failed to find. I guess I could have grabbed Welding Jar, but I just don't think that's relevant. Okay, that was a nice concession. I am going to do a Ninja Restart. Okay, we've got a hand here. I think this is too slow. Long Goodbye isn't great at doing anything. I'm going to mulligan this. Ooh, and we've got a hand here. Do I keep this? I can snipe a turn 1 play. I can cycle these baubles. I'm going to keep, and I'm going to bottom... Oh, geez, I'm not sure. I guess the Underworld Cookbook? I'm not convinced that I should go to 5 here. Yeah, that's Guide of Souls. They're at 4 cards. That is another Mishra's Bauble. Okay, that's entirely too many Mishra's Baubles. I'm gonna cast a couple of them. And I will just Watery Grave. I'm going to Thirst this guy. Just take their turn 1 play. I am going to Mishra's Bauble myself here. If I have a land... yeah, I don't want Duress. I want a land. So I just ended up cycling both Baubles. Trying to draw into a land so that I can use this Long Goodbye on something. Goblin Bombardment, sure. I drew another Whir of Invention and an island at least. So we've got something going. I'm just going to hold open Long Goodbye this turn. Yep, Ocelot Pride is exactly the sort of reason that I held this open. Get off the table, please. I hit Ensnaring Bridge. We are starting to get somewhere. They've got Flage and Arid Mesa. If Flage is their play, then I think I am going to cycle this Mishra's Bauble. I need my 3rd land. Just another bombardment. All right. So currently their hand does one thing, but it does that one thing pretty well. I would love to find a land. Darkslick Shores, let's go. Ensnaring Bridge is down. And now I can start using these Whir of Inventions to assemble a lock. Okay, they are just flaging right now. At some point, they're going to be able to just use Flage and Bombardment to deal lethal to me. So I am going to need to find a solution to this at some point. Double Inquisition? I'm not sure that's where I want to be. I think I am just going to fire off this Whir of Invention for Lantern right now. And I'm going to start assembling a lock here. Hopefully they don't have a banger on top of their deck. They don't. That's fantastic. That's a banger, though. Oh, the last unknown card is a Ajani Nakata Pariah. Are you serious? Jeez, sure. I'm taking a lot of damage, and I'm taking it very quickly. Oh, and the River of Tears was right underneath of that, too. Okay, well, I need to decide what I'm doing. I am worrying for one, and I think I'm doing it right now. I'm not sure what I'm grabbing. If I grab something like a Codex Shredder, then I would take 4 from the cat. Ajani would just deal lethal, and then Goblin Bombardment would deal like super ultra mega lethal. So I think it has to be Pithing Needle for Ajani here. I am so far behind, it's not even funny. And then I have to shuffle this Wrath of the Skies away. I just have to. At least I have a Lantern on top of my deck. But this is not comfortable. Yeah, I'm taking 2 from the cat. I don't know what to say. I think I'm going to lose this. Wow. Into Blood Moon. Just ripped Blood Moon. Yeah. I think that's game. I can't get these Inquisitions out of my hand now. I know I have Lantern of Insight on the top of my deck. Cat Warrior is going to attack, and then they can just sacrifice both their Flage and their cat to Goblin Bombardment. Yeah, that's game. Shoo! Just came up a little bit short there. I think that if I had access to one more card, then I might have been able to make this work. But that triple Mishra's Bauble, that was a lot of Mishra's Baubles and not really a lot of draw control for it. That's all right. I think I played the best that I could here. Could not get a lock. On to match 3. Did losing to my prison deck leave you feeling bitter and despondent? Work through the stages of your grief with a membership to Fateseal Magic on Patreon, YouTube, or Twitch. As your grief matures, you'll gain perks like early video access, lessons and sideboard guides, featuring your deck in a video, and can even co-host a stream once you reach acceptance. I hope to see you on your path to healing. I am on the play versus Zabots in match 3. I think I'm going to keep this. It needs a little bit of help, but hopefully this combination of Hate Rocks will get me where I need to go. Like if I draw a single, like a Lantern or a Whir of Invention or an Urza's Saga, then I'm going to be in pretty good shape. I'm going to do an experiment. I know that folks are saying that you need to be dropping Thoughtseize on turn 1. I'm going to drop Pyxis on turn 1. The hero says, oh, we've got a reader. Casting a bulk rare off of Watery Grave. What could we be possibly doing? Mishra's Bauble is not a bad pickup, honestly. Let's go ahead and Thoughtseize the hero here. Okay, and it is just energy. I guess they did mulligan, didn't they? I can do some disgusting things to this hand. I'm thinking about how I want to line up the stuff in my hand versus the stuff in theirs. Wouldn't it be super hilarious if I could just keep them off of creatures for the whole game? That would be really funny. I think I'm going to take the Goblin Bombardment. Like, I know I have Pithing Needle for that, but still, I'm going to try and take it. And I'm going to drop Grafdigger's Cage right now. Windswept Heath is going to fetch probably a Surveil land here. If they keep it on top, I mean, I just exile it with Pyxis, right? Just super simple. And they bind it. Okay, so that means that I get to use this Mishra's Bauble on myself to try and dig for my 3rd land. And they did find something to do. Is it just hold open Thraben Charm? No, it's Voice of Victory. Yeah, that's gonna have to be okay. There's Ensnaring Bridge on the top of my deck. Oh, there's Ensnaring Bridge on the top of my deck. I need a 3rd land, although I guess Mox Opal is also fine. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. And I'm gonna pray. Oh, it's another Pithing Needle. No. No, I didn't need Pithing Needle. Oh, let's go ahead and name their things. I've got Ajani down. I could choose to blind name Ranger Captain of Eos here. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I could just name the Goblin Bombardment and be done with it. Jeez, I really needed that land. So I'm going to take 3 from this Voice of Victory. Mobilize 2 is just, that's a big mobilize number. And that's just Flage. Okay. My kingdom for a land. And it has to be a blue producing land. I guess it doesn't have to be a blue producing land, but it really would be nice if it was. And if I don't hit the land here, then I probably lose the game. Yikes, that's Thoughtseize. That's really nasty. You know what I need to do? I need to Thoughtseize myself. I'm not in a position to where I can just kind of sit around and do nothing. Like, I just have to keep my options open. Well, I have to draw to my out here, which is drawing that 3rd land. And if I draw that 3rd land and I have Thoughtseize, Whir of Invention, and Ensnaring Bridge in hand, that's just too much. Okay, I took some damage from this Voice of Victory. They exiled my graveyard with Thraben Charm. Land off the tippity. It's another Ensnaring Bridge. Okay, I'm just dead. There's nothing I can do here. I needed a land or a Mox Opal. I had 20 outs and I missed in like 4 draws, I think. Okay, the Mox Opal was way deeper than it should have been. Okay, just bad variance. Just bad variance. Didn't see a 22 outer in like 7 cards or something like that. Well, we're playing against energy again. You know what that means. Big pile of removal comes in. Welding Jar comes in. Narset comes out. Grafdigger's Cage comes out. And the Stinky Thoughtseizes come out. At least I lost the game in a good fashion here. Ooh, I'm going to keep this hand. Like, it didn't take me too long to lose the game. Like, I'm on track as far as time is concerned. Do I lead on Inquisition into Torpor Orb? I think I will actually do that. This can take something like a Ragavan if I'm really concerned. Ooh, interesting. So they have a 1-lander here. It's really tempting to take the Ajani, but they don't have Ocelot Pride. And if I put Torpor Orb into play, then Ajani won't create a cat that they can Galvanic Discharge. I'm going to take their turn 1 play. And I think I am going to follow up with... Oh, Whir of Invention's a good hit. I think I'm going to follow up with Torpor Orb. I don't know that it is correct for me to try and keep them off of mana. I don't have a strong enough lock. Like, if I had Lantern, Pyxis, Opal, Pyxis, then I would be much more inclined to do something like that. But I don't. So I think Torpor Orb is just going to have to work. Binning an Ajani here. I mean, they need something to do. Yeah, there's the Arid Mesa. Okay. And, like, I could have tried and kept them off of lands, but, like, if that one unknown draw had just been Arid Mesa, for example, then that would have been pretty bad. Land off the tippity top for me, please. It's a Pithing Needle. I think this is Lantern Pyxis. I need an Opal. I need something. Goblin Bombardment is on top of their deck. I have Watery Grave on top of mine. I think I'm just going to Pithing Needle Goblin Bombardment here. I could play out Pyxis, but I do not intend on activating it, regardless of what's on top of their deck, really, unless it's something horrible like a Wrath of the Skies, like Flage, whatever. I can sweat over Flage all day, but I'm just going to be dropping Ensnaring Bridge, and even though Flage is going to stay in play, Ensnaring Bridge is going to protect me. I have plenty of life to work with. Okay, last card in hand was a Guide of Souls. I am safe. I need to keep the hero off of Ocelot Prides, actually, because Torpor Orb makes it so that Ajani doesn't flip, really, because it can't create the cat that they can Galvanic Discharge. Okay, there's a Mishra's Bauble on top of my deck here. I need to play their deck for them for a little bit. So I know that they don't have a 3rd land. I know that Goblin Bombardment is shut off. I know that they do not currently have a way that they can split Ajani. And I also know that I need to cast a 3-drop this turn. Is that 3-drop going to be something like a Whir of Invention or a Codex Shredder to attempt to find land number 4 so that I can play Pyxis and Ensnaring Bridge next turn? I think that might be it. Yeah, I think that might be it. I should Whir for a Codex Shredder. So the only play that they can really do that makes sense on this board is Ajani. That would be 1 energy because of Torpor Orb. No, it would be 0 energy. It would be 0 energy because Guide of Souls doesn't trigger. All right, so that means I'm taking 4. Wow, that's great. The hero is asking, what kind of deck are you playing, bro? Dimir Tax? And I hit him with the good old Lantern of Insight. Oh, I love that meme. I'm going to Whir of Invention. Oh, wait, no. River of Tears taps for black. Dang it. River of Tears taps for black because I played my land. Dang it. I forget about that. So it has to just be Ensnaring Bridge then. Slight misplay there. I really should have Whirred for Codex Shredder. I'm not particularly used to the play patterns of River of Tears yet. But fortunately, I can still take a little bit of damage before I start to get worried about things. Yeah, here's the Ajani that I knew about. Torpor Orb stops Guide of Souls and Ajani from triggering. Wow, no energy. Maybe they should have Galvanic Discharged their Guide of Souls just for the energy. Like they could have Galvanic Discharged right here. Now, the question is, do I even need to empty my hand right now? I'm not convinced I need to empty my hand. because I would fall to 6. Yeah, I think I just were for something here, I guess. Probably the Codex Shredder on top of my deck, honestly. Yeah, we're good. We are in good shape. All right, they're figuring it out now. That's just Galvanic Discharge for nothing. They're gonna create the energy. Gonna auto yields to some of these triggers. It's just too much. Oh, they're putting it on the Voice of Victory, which is almost certainly incorrect. All right, I'm at 4 life, but all of their reach is shut off, so it doesn't really matter all that much anymore. I think I need to keep them off of additional mana, honestly. Oh, wait, no, I don't, because Torpor Orb's in play, so Seasoned Pyromancers are shut off. Oh, that's really funny. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, I like that a lot. So I have very few things that I'm worried about in this position. Yeah, I'm just going to keep everything as is. I don't care. I do actually need to keep them off of Ocelot Pride, because I don't want the Zajani flipping. Oh, but they didn't see that. All right, I think Lightning Bolts can probably go. It just makes me a little uncomfortable. Okay, Thraben Charm I don't care about. It'll blow up my Urza Saga, sure, but like, whatever. Now I get to whir for another Pyxis. Yeah, this guy is in their deck. Like, I've been noticing some energy builds have been doing this. They cannot draw that. They just can't draw it. That's game ending. Because they can sacrifice it on my upkeep to have me not cast spells for the turn. So if I draw like a Inquisition of Kozilek or something like that, then I'm just in deep trouble because I'll have a card in my hand and they can swing underneath Bridge. So the hero doesn't understand how my deck works. They think that I'm on Dimir Tax. I don't even know what that is. And they're slowly bleeding time. I wonder if it's in my best interest to allow them to bleed time. I really wonder. That's a Seasoned Pyromancer that did nothing. Love to see that. Huh. They are bleeding time, but that means that I need to be playing a little bit faster because I want to get as much time out of them in 4 minutes as I can. Don't care about this bombardment on top of their deck. Yeah, I think genuinely I'm just going to try and bleed as much time out of them as I can. Okay, they're fetching here. And it's just Arena of Glory. All right. Yeah, they're just kind of doing nothing now. Now with that Galvanic Discharge out of their hand, I actually don't even need to worry about letting them draw cats. Okay, they conceded the game. So I wasn't able to get as much time off of them as I wanted, but still. Let's just go ahead and run it back. And let's see if we can confuse and terrify this hero into submission. Ooh, this is a hand. I could choose to keep this hand. I could choose to keep this. Ooh, boy. I would be making constructs that are how big? Saga, Cookbook, Opal, discard an island. Constructs with start as 5/5s. They did keep Thraben Charms in. So I don't know if I want to mulligan this. Because if I keep this and they just go turn 2, Thraben Charm your Urza Saga, then I die. But if they don't, then there's a decent chance that I can do something. I am going to risk it for the biscuit. I'm going to keep it. I would not necessarily advise that you keep hands like this, but I am doing this for science and for fun, mostly for fun. All right, Ragavan is just going to have to do. I would love a 1-drop artifact that I could cast off of Mox Opal that doesn't involve Pithing Needle on the blind. I'll also accept an Inquisition of Kozilek. So this is Urza Saga, the Underworld Cookbook. I am going to discard the River of Tears, casting Mox Opal, cast Inquisition of Kozilek. And they did have the Thraben Charm. All right, yeah, take Raven Charm, because that just cooks my entire strategy here. And that is kind of one of the weaknesses of playing like this and keeping this hand is I had to take the Thraben Charm, and I couldn't take something like the Ajani, for example. Although I do have Pithing Needle for Ajani. Ooh, they hit a Pithing Needle of their own. If they are super smart, then they could cast that. Instead, they're just casting Double Ocelot Pride. All right, that's fair. And I find myself falling behind a little bit. Oh, that's another Inquisition. All right, how do I want to play this? Land drop for sure, and I need to decide what I'm doing. My options are create a construct, or I can Inquisition their hand, take like Discharge or something, and then Pithing Needle Ajani. I think I need to create a construct. And yeah, Bill, I agree. That was kind of a punt on the hero's part. They could have just needled Urza Saga. I only played 2 Pithing Needles. I'm holding one of them, so that was like a 1 in 51 chance or something, so that's like a less than 2% hit. Their Ocelot Prides will connect. If they swing with everything, I wonder if No, I definitely don't want to block a cat. Never mind. Because it looks like they're casting Ajani pre-combat here. Oh, they just have Tear. Okay. Well, I guess I'm creating my construct now then. Yeah. Feel free to do that. I am going to discard this Inquisition, and I'm going to create a food. Now my construct is a 5/5. I am going to eat an Ocelot Pride. Construct's going to have 4 damage marked on it. That's fine. Their Ocelot's Pride's going to die. And I am in just a little bit of trouble. Not going to lie. It's a bit of trouble here. Oh, they hit Urza Saga. That would have been a fantastic rip for me. I would have loved that. Instead, I hit Polluted Delta. Yeah, this guy's just on blocking duty, isn't it? Oh, what am I doing here? I should have cast Pithing Needle. Man. All right. Yeah, Ajani's going to come down. They don't have a way to flip it. Just swinging in with a single cat. I'll take it. Do I pop a food here? I think I do. Just one. And I'm going to fetch, grab a Watery Grave, get the card out of my deck. And now I would really love basically everything because I don't have much in play right now. Dang, them top decking that Wear really helped. Mishra's Bauble is a decent pickup. I'm just going to cast my hand. And I am going to activate Mishra's Bauble right now. All right, that's a Ragavan. That's a dead card. Yeah, heroes on less than 5 minutes on their clock. I don't think that they're going to have much trouble here. Oh, sweet. Yeah, let's do this. I'm going to eat this. Go ahead and flip your Ajani if you want to, because it is a May. All right, they figured it out. Welding Jar was a decent pickup-ish, I guess. And this one construct is kind of holding back the tide here. Ooh, maybe not anymore. Though maybe still more. We're going to have to see. It's third Mishra's Bauble. Oh, that's one of the downsides of playing something like Mishra's Bauble in your deck, isn't it? That's an interesting attack. I think I eat the Ocelot Pride. I don't want them making any more cats. And if I eat Ragavan, they just play it again. Yep, they hit a Pyxis. They really should cast that Pyxis. They have the resources to cast it. Looks like they are. Yeah, there we go. But this hero doesn't really know what I'm doing. I'm not sure how helpful this is going to be for them. Okay, they're just firing off Ragavan at my face. Are they just going to cast the other one? Looks like it. I am going to pop this food right now. They can sacrifice their entire board and it still won't kill my construct. The Underworld Cookbook has done a decent job, actually. How much life have I gained off of that? Yeah, they're just tapping Pyxis for no reason. Sure. You know, Bill, you're absolutely right. There's a chance that they use the second ability. Let's see what they're drawing. That's a Flage. I don't really like that. I don't really like that. They are just main phasing it, though. But that means that I need to hit an out sooner rather than later, because they can Arena of Glory this Flage in next turn, and then I am just in trouble. All right, yeah, they're really trying to kill this construct. I am just going to discard this food here, or discard the card 2 Cookbook and create a food. Does this matter? Does having the construct in play matter at this point? I don't believe it does. Let me think about this. I'm going to fall to 11 because of the Ragavan attack. Next turn, they haste in Flage. If I have the construct, they can clear the construct with the Flage's enters and attacks triggers. I'm still at 11. I go to 9 and then 3 off the Ragavan, so I would be alive. What happens if I let the construct go? Then I just take the full brunt of that attack. Yeah, I need to save the construct. Oh, right. I sacrificed the Welding Jar, and that was 1 fewer power. Okay, so I need to hit something good here then. All right, fine. That was a little bit of a punt on my end. Long Goodbye would have actually been decent. Yeah, I need to pop the food to gain a little bit of life. It doesn't really matter, though. I didn't hit. I am going to discard probably Duress. And this will actually leave me at 1 life. Oh man, this cookbook has been doing a lot of work this game. I hadn't really considered like cookbook math on this either. Although in this situation, well, I guess if I hadn't had cookbook, then I would have died a long time ago, right? I'm not going to get instantitis. I'm just going to do it now. Okay, I am falling to 3 with this attack. They can sacrifice their board and put me to 1. Or they can just have an Ocelot Pride and kill me right away. Dang. So that hand did not work out. They kind of just had a little bit too much. They were kind of just able to overwhelm what I was doing. And I kind of just died. That's a bit of a shame, honestly. 30 seconds on their clock, too. I was drawing pretty live for a little bit there. I was drawing into any Whir of Invention would have gotten me Ensnaring Bridge with 30 seconds on their clock. Probably would have won the game. I mean, I had outs. I just didn't hit them. That's okay. Let's move on to match 4. I'm on the play here in match 4 versus Imaeda or something like that, I guess. This hand does like nothing. 5 lands, an Opal, and Narset. Ship that. This hand also does nothing. Oh, my kingdom for a keepable hand. I said my... Oh, boy. Do I go to 4? Do I realistically go to 4? I think I'm going to 4. Keep. What do I even... Like, I bought him... It's just... It's so bad. I just got hit with such bad variance in this. Bottom, bottom, bottom. Thoughtseize the hero and die. I need a lot to go right from here on out. Yeah, I'm dead. I can take the Ragavan, take the pressure off for a little bit, try and dodge Consigned Memory. I think I'm going to end up doing that. I mulled so low. Oh, sure. Yeah. So Consigned Memory wasn't held up here. They just kind of F6'd. I don't know why they did that. Oh, it's because they're on Zoo, I guess. Well, you kept the card on top, so you know what that means. Exile that, please. Yeah, the main board consigns kind of threw me off. Narset is a decent pickup if I can draw the 3rd land to hit it. Okay, I hit Urza's Saga. That's fantastic. Please don't consign this. Please don't consign this. Please don't consign this. Okay, great. Like, Narset is kind of how we crawl back into this game. Oh my god. Are we doing it? We might be doing it. That's a Doorkeeper Thrall. We're gonna see a Flage here. Yeah, they're swinging at Narset. That's fine. They're choosing not to do anything. I'm going to delete Narset and see what I find. I found Ensnaring Bridge. And now I need to play around this Consigned Memory. The question here is, do I take the Ensnaring Bridge or do I take the Whir of Invention? I think I'm going to take Whir of Invention. I've got double Lantern, so if they consign one of these, then I can just jam the other one. All right. And that River of Tears on top of my deck means that I am in decent shape. They have 2 unknown cards in hand, and I don't like that. Plage enters. I'm going to take a poke here. And let's see if they consign this or not. They are consigning it. Okay, that's fine. So River of Tears unfortunately means that I need to wait until their upkeep to cast this Whir of Invention. Or their beginning of combat, I guess. And they have... Oh, they played a different land than the one... Okay, so they have 1 unknown here. All right, let's see if this gets countered. And then let's see. Oh, they didn't have the Leyline Binding. That's interesting. Grafdigger's Cage is almost completely useless here. Oh, and they just conceded the game? Seriously? Okay, I don't know what's going on with that. But we played around it. We just played around it. I like that a lot. I think they're on Domain Zoo here. Domain Zoo doesn't usually play Consigned Memories in the main, though. So I'm just... not entirely sure. I don't know. And I'm still kind of testing out my sideboard plan for this matchup. I'm going to take out a Pithing Needle. I'm going to take out the Grafdigger's Cage. And I'm going to take out the Torpor Orb against the deck that just has, you know, Doorkeeper Thrall in it. And I'm going to bring in Duress. Welding Jar is an option. I don't know. And yeah, I guess that was a mulligan to 4, wasn't it? That's really interesting. I'm just not really seeing anything else in here that I would want to bring in. I could bring in like Bloodchief's Thirst or something to stop some early aggression. What do I take out? Narset was really good there. Not inclined to take out Narset. Maybe I do just bring in the Welding Jar. Just like that. Like, did this build of Domain Zoo just decide to cut their Leyline Bindings in favor of Consigned Memories or something? I don't know. This is a mulligan. We don't keep one-landers anymore. Not like this. This is a key, and I have to decide whether I want to keep Narset or Whir of Invention. I think it's Whir, unfortunately. This looks like a turn 1 Ragavan to me. Yeah, Steam Vents. Yikes. Okay, well, I hit the basic island, which means I don't really need to worry about much anymore. Except for Consigned to Memory, I suppose. And Ragavan is going to take this Mishra's Bauble from me. I don't like that. Ragavan, everybody. It's just such a strong card. And we're getting hit with a Kavu. This is a 4/4. Okay. That is a lot of Consigned to Memories, friend. That's a lot of those. It's a shame I'm not going to actually draw this Welding Jar. And honestly, like, if I can't play around 1 Consigned to Memory, I probably can't play around 2. I'm really relying on Whir of Invention here. And they drew a Territorial Kavu, right? Pretty sure they did. Yeah, they're casting my Welding Jar for me. Yep, there's the Kavu. There's the Arid Mesa, and they're backing this up with double Consign. I need to think about this. So this upcoming turn, I play Darkslick Shores. I cast Ensnaring Bridge, it gets consigned. They hit me for a lot, actually. Geez, I really needed that 0-drop artifact, because that would have allowed me to cast Whir of Invention for 3 and get Ensnaring Bridge. Oh, wait, no. I'm just facing lethal, because they can just fetch their Triome here. I need to find a 0-drop artifact. I don't have an option here. It has to be a 0-drop. Oh, and I had to not tap Pyxis to do it. Dang it. All right, so yeah, that's game. That's just game. They ran me over. The double Consigned to Memory was kind of good, but honestly, in that position, 1 Consigned to Memory was as good as 2. Oh, that was fast. Let's see if we can do something about it in game 3 here. Okay, let's be on the play. Oh, nope. This hand does not function. This hand does barely function. And I think it is better than going to 6 or 5, I guess. I think I am going to fetch with Polluted Delta. I'm going to grab a Watery Grave. I'm going to pay the life. Now, I need to decide if I'm going to Inquisition the hero to attempt to take them off of like a Ragavan or a Consigned to Memory or something, or if I'm going to play Pyxis and attempt to find my second land. I think I need the second land. Fully expecting a Ragavan here. Fully expecting it. And here it is. Oh, I just completely whiffed on drawing the land. Okay. That was bad. That was pretty bad. My mind was distracted. I was thinking about other things. I didn't crack Mishra's Bauble. Well, if it makes you feel better, I'm probably not winning this game anyway. Where Tear can go. Yikes. That's just a really good hand. They hit a Whir of Invention, which is fine, I guess. I don't know what I need, but it's certainly not a pile of Whir of Inventions. I need something here. Darkslick Shores is something. Lantern of Insight is something. Lightning Bolt kills me faster, but I'm gonna have to cope. And they're kind of just doing whatever the heck they want here. Yep, they got tons of mana. And I need to play around Stubborn Denial and Leyline Binding. Well, that's a start. That's definitely a start. I'm going to play River of Tears now, but I'm going to wait to do the thing that I want to do for a little bit, because I want to be able to play things around Stubborn Denial. My Welding Jar once again getting hit by this dang Ragavan. Yeah, there's Welding Jar. And I guess they have a Scion of Draco in hand now anyway. What does that mean? Oh, that means I'm just dead, right? That means I should have just cast Ensnaring Bridge last turn and tried to dig myself into an out. I was thinking that they weren't going to have like an answer to all of these things. Like I was thinking they couldn't cast Stubborn Denial for just Ferocious here, but they can. And they still have an unknown card in hand. Do I want this Underworld Cookbook? I think I have to take it. I'm just not sure what to do here, honestly. I think they just have one too many answers. I don't know if I have any outs to this situation. Really regretting that misplay on turn 1 here. If I go just Cookbook, like Bridge or something, and then they just Leyline Binding, yeah, I don't think that I have a play that wins. I'm gonna see, well, actually, if I had exiled with Pyxis there, then what would have been underneath the Cookbook is what I would have drawn for turn here, so I would have drawn the Mox Opal. Oh, that's really unsatisfying. If I hadn't made that mistake on turn 1, then maybe I would have been okay here. It was kind of a rough mull to 6, but I also won a game on 4. Like, do I just do something? Does it matter if I have something to do? I'm dead on board. I'm just gonna concede the game. I'm gonna try and save my willpower and my brain power for match 5. It's just That was rough. I didn't play the best in that match, I'm not gonna lie. Especially in that third game, but I could sit here racking my brain about this, trying to decide what way I want to lose, or I could just concede and I could try my best in the next one, which is what I'm going to do. I am on the draw here against Feanor 202. I can read. I'm going to keep this hand that does Urza Saga things. Mishra's Bauble plus Pyxis is decent as well. I did not hit the Mox Opal, but I do get a Darkslick Shores for my trouble. And I think I'm going to hold the second Bauble. I don't need to cast that right now. This is looking like a Surveil land to me. I love that just turn 1 Millrock just completely borks these Surveil lands. Yeah, get rid of that, please. Oh, Field of Ruin. And their own Mishra's Bauble. They are going to see what I draw here, and I think I'm okay with that. That's very interesting. Let's go ahead and cast this Mox Opal. They know about it. And I am going to play Pithing Needle. This deck, with Field of Ruin in it specifically, I think the only thing that I care about is actually Field of Ruin. I do not believe that Dimir Flash, which is what this is going to be playing stuff like Psychic Frog or even possibly Kaito Bane of Nightmares. So I am just going to name Field of Ruin, and I'm going to play out this Urza Saga, and I'm going to drop a Grafdigger's Cage. And now I will cast this other Mishra's Bauble. And I have, quite frankly, a lot of artifacts in play right now. These constructs that I make are going to be very large and very in charge. I don't think I need to be cracking baubles yet. Oh, I found Thoughtseeds. I like this a lot. They're surveilling. They kept it on top. Yeah, it's just a bunch of counter magic. I think I'm just going to take battle at the big bridge here. Fatal Push. Leave them with a Shieldred's Edict. Oh, I forgot to exile their top card with Pyxis. That sucks. Probably should have done that. Asim Ibn Ishaq. Whenever you cast a historic spell, draw a card and it can't be blocked. I guess that explains the Mishra's Baubles. I am going to pop both of my Mishra's Baubles. I'm going to see what's on top of their deck. It's just a Shieldred's Edict. I'm going to see what's on top of my deck. It's a Mox Opal. I think that's fine. They are tapped pretty low on things right now. And I don't think I actually want the Mox Opal on top of my deck, so I am going to exile with Pyxis now. And I'm going to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Not going to bother making the construct. Going to grab my Lantern of Insight. And am I going to cast War of Invention right now? I think so. This plays around all the counter magic that they have. And I'm just going to get Ensnaring Bridge. All right, that's lovely. And I think this game's wrapped up now. Like, they can Shieldred's Edict my construct. I don't really care. Or can't attack with this guy still. And I think my goal here is to get down another Millrock. Well, they're really thinking this is a bit of a pickle. I would expect something like a Otawara Soaring City, or perhaps less likely a Sink into Stupor to be there out here. Or they could just concede the game, which I enjoy a lot. Now, how do I want to play this? I don't know if I want Bloodchief's Thirst. We're going to have to see. Narset seems pretty good. Torpor Orb. I only saw Basim, but I highly suspect that they are on stuff like Wanshi Tongs as well. I think I'm going to take out Torpor Orb. I'm going to take out Grafdigger's Cage. I don't know if I'm going to take out Pithing Needles, but I'm probably taking out Cookbook. And this lets me bring in Duresses. I'm rethinking this Grafdigger's Cage here. I don't know. Grafdigger's Cage would be used mostly for stuff like Cling to Dust, which Narset Partner of Veils already covers. It would be pretty cool if I could put Long Goodbye in. I think I would like that. What would I take out? Probably a single Pithing Needle? All right. Don't know if this is good. We're going to have to see. Yeah, this hand just kind of folds to everything super quickly. I have to mulligan. This hand does not. I don't know if I need 3 pieces of discard. 3 pieces of discard seems like a lot of discard. But I don't know if I need Pithing Needle either. At least Pithing Needle makes constructs bigger. I'm going to bottom a Duress. This is probably a Thoughtseize. No, it's a Tamiyo, huh? And a Mox Amber. Well, they can Spell Pierce something if they want to. Oh, I hit Lantern. That's good. Well, Darkslick Shores into, honestly, probably Inquisition. Really glad I've got those Long Goodbyes in there now. All right, well, you can throw down an Engineered Explosives if you want, but I kind of kept a Pithing Needle in there specifically for stuff like that. I'm going to take Consigned Memory. All right, and they found a Basim just right off the top of their deck there. And I think I am going to put down Pithing Needle. Just putting this on Engineered Explosives is too important. And I think it's a Codex Shredder instead of a Lantern here. Would really love to hit another land drop. I'm not feeling super confident in this game. All right, so they are just casting the EE on 0 just to draw a card. And this could be nothing, or it could be like a counterspell or something. When I hit the land. All right, well, it is Construct time. I guess holding open, just cycling a clue works too. Ooh, but they found the Field of Ruin. Oh, I'm gonna create the Construct because I can. The Swamp might be for a Fatal Push. Yeah, there we go. And they cleaned that up pretty nicely. All right, let's see what I can hit here. Watery Grave is not it. Although I could drop the Watery Grave, duress the counterspell, take the Wanshi Tong here, and then just cast Lantern. I think I will do that. They've got a Field of Ruin on top of their deck. And this guy's getting really big. I don't like how big that's getting. Yeah, I'm going to be dead here in just a couple of hits off of that. They're tapped out of Field of Ruin. I don't think that I can afford to take advantage of that. I think I need this Pyxis. And I get one draw step left here. They can manipulate the top card of my deck with this Field of Ruin. But fortunately, I can also use both my Mill Rocks here. So I am going to have to hit 2 hits, but I've got 5 looks at 2 hits, basically. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I'll accept. I'll accept. Flipping Tamiyo. I don't think that it was correct to do that. I think they should have just used the Field of Ruin here, or held that open. It was an Undercity Sewers, right? I think it was. Okay, well, I am going to look for an out. Whir of Invention would work. Just straight up. Ensnaring Bridge would work. Urza Saga would not work. They're going to draw an Engineered Explosives. And I think I have accidentally put one too many cards in their hand. All right, I need something good here. I need something really good. Ensnaring Bridge right off the tippity top. Love to see it. Still might not win this game. Yeah, I think that Mishra's Bauble might be out of their hand now. Bloodstained Mire's out of their hand. Okay. I think I know what their hand is. And I need to find an answer to this Tamiyo relatively quickly. Fortunately, I have Narsets that are answers to it, and I have Long Goodbye. Yeah, I think I screwed up here somewhere. Oh, maybe I didn't, actually. I don't need to find the answer quite yet. Is Whir of Invention an answer? I think I sided out one of my Pithing Needles, so it might not be. Spell Snare, I don't care about. Break the Ice, I don't care about. I need to check my sideboard. Yeah, I sure did side out a Pithing Needle. And I don't have anything off this Whir of Invention that would help. So I'm once again in a situation where I have even fewer outs this time, and I need to hit 2 of them. I am going to get rid of this Whir of Invention. That is an out. Let's see if the hero lets me draw it. Probably not. But the onus is on them to use Field of Ruin here. And they are doing it. Whir of Invention. If I had a Pithing Needle, then I would be fine. But I don't. Although I guess Whir of Invention could have found another Ensnaring Bridge, which would have helped. So maybe I should have thought about that a little bit more. Mox Opal's definitely not it. Okay, well, I just have nothing. Let's see if drawing 13 cards is going to help them. 14 cards, never mind. All right, let's go ahead and see what they draw. They're going to have another Basim and a bunch of other stuff that's going to be revealed here. Wow, and they actually did not get there. Yeah, they just didn't draw their out. That's wild. 13 cards drawn, or 14 cards or something ridiculous off that. And they did not hit their out. I don't even know what they have in hand right now. That's just, it's going to be a lot of nonsense. They got 20 cards. I've got 12 revealed right here. Got 7 here. All right. Oh, they don't have a maximum hand size anymore, right? Yeah, they don't have a maximum hand size. So they're not going to be discarding. Just know that they have everything in hand. Everything they could possibly want is in hand right now. Except for ways to draw additional cards, actually. Except for Wanshi Tong, I guess. Don't care about that. I have everything that I need to win the game right here. Don't care about that. Yeah, I need to protect this Ensnaring Bridge at all costs. I think I am going to mill myself. Oh, it's another Ensnaring Bridge. I'll take it. It's certainly going to get countered, though, right? Like, they have 9 counterspells in hand or something ridiculous. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's 1 counterspell down. That's one counterspell down. If they draw a card here, then like off of like casting like a Mox Amber or something like that, I think I can just win. The hero's just kind of been sitting here for a while. I think it's been like 4 minutes. They're gonna time out at this point. Yeah, it's been like 5 minutes. They might actually be roping now. That was beautiful. I dropped Ensnaring Bridge. The hero drew like 14 cards off of a Tamiyo ultimate. And then they sat there pondering their life choices for almost 10 minutes before timing out and giving me the win. That was beautiful. All right, everybody. Let's wrap up the league. So a 2-3 record today. I kind of hit some bad variants, if I'm going to be completely honest. Although I also won a game where I milled a 4. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. It also stinks that both of the losses today were to Boros Energy. I think that I need to be prepared for Boros Energy. And the Narsets, while strong in some situations, are not great into energy. And it is 25% of the meta right now. Narset is expensive and gets stuck in hand and doesn't impact the board. I am going to try something next time that is very similar to the list that you see here. Like, it's going to be built very similarly to this, but it's going to have a little bit of tech that's going to be better against Boros Energy, I think. So we're just going to have to wait a little bit for y'all to see that. If you are playing a slower meta though, stuff where you see a lot of Jeskai Blink, Dimir Flash, stuff like that, yeah, Narset's good. Not letting people draw more than one card a turn is really freaking strong. And in a slower meta, I would recommend this. Just not sure how I feel about it in a meta where energy's 25% of the format.
This program is made possible by generous funding from these sponsors, and also by your view, like, and comment, the support of my wife and son, and by contributions to Fate Seal Magic from viewers like you. Thank you.